Peppa Pig and the story of helping stray animals. One morning, Peppa Pig and her family decided to take a lovely walk to the park. The weather was sunny, the birds were chirping, and the flowers were spreading a pleasant fragrance all around. Peppa, her brother George, her mother, and her father arrived at the park and began to play with great excitement. While Peppa and George were swinging on the swings, their mother and father sat on a bench watching them. After a while, Peppa heard a kitten meowing from behind some bushes. Curiously, she approached the bushes and found a small kitten. The kitten was very hungry and sad, with dirty and messy fur. "Mom, Dad, there's a little kitten here, and it looks very hungry," Peppa said worriedly. Daddy Pig came over immediately and said, "This little kitten might be living on the streets. We should help it." Peppa's mother suggested, "Let's go to the store and get some food for this little kitten." The family went to the store, bought some cat food, and brought it back to the park for the kitten. The kitten ate the food eagerly and looked very happy. Peppa and George petted and played with the kitten, who seemed to come alive with their love. Peppa said, "We should do something for the animals living on the streets. They need love and care just like we do." Peppa's family loved this idea. Daddy Pig said, "That's a great idea, Peppa. Let's gather your friends and organize a help campaign for stray animals." Peppa and George gathered their friends Suzy Sheep, Danny Dog, and Emily Elephant. Together, they started collecting food and protecting stray animals. Every day they went to the parks, left food, put out water bowls, and made shelters. The children learned how each one of them could change an animal's life. One day, Peppa and her friends found a few puppy dogs in the backyard of an abandoned house. The puppies looked very weak and exhausted. Peppa said, "We need to help these puppies immediately. Let's take them to the vet and get them well." The children carefully carried the puppies to the nearest vet. The vet said the puppies were sick and in need of care. The children and their families decided to provide the necessary treatment for the puppies' recovery. They visited the puppies every day, checked their health status, and showed them the love and care they needed to heal. Peppa and her friends continued to help stray animals, and their bond grew stronger through this process. Each of them learned how important compassion and empathy are. They also experienced the happiness that comes from helping animals. Suzy Sheep said, "Helping these animals feels so good. Seeing them happy makes me very happy." Emily Elephant added, "Yes, we must be compassionate to animals. They are our friends too." One day, Peppa and her friends took a dog they found on the street to the vet and got it well. After recovering, the dog started playing with the children and became their loyal friend. They named the dog Street and took it to the park every day to play. Peppa and her friends continued to help stray animals. During this process, other park visitors began to notice their efforts. People started bringing food and water bowls to support the children's work for the animals. They created a small animal care area in the park, which grew over time. Peppa and her friends decided to establish an association to help stray animals. The association was named Peppa and Friends Helping Stray Animals Association. Through this association, they were able to reach and help more animals. They also organized events to explain the importance of helping animals and gave presentations at schools. Finally, the little kitten they had found while playing in the park began living with them. Peppa and her family adopted it and named it Mimi. Mimi now had a warm home and a loving family. This story shows how Peppa and her friends help stray animals and the importance of having a compassionate heart. By approaching stray animals with empathy, we can make their lives better. Peppa and her friends' story teaches children the value of being sensitive to animals and helping them.